G'day, listeners. Welcome back to another episode of The Couch. Today, I think we're up to episode three of the NRL squad preview. So today, we're going to do the Warriors, the Cowboys, the Knights, and the Eels. Is that right? Have I
Yep,
got those
I
teams
think
right?
so. I think you're right. Well, it's our choice anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. That's what they're gonna get.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so yeah, so we're just going to be covering them, looking at the best 17s for those teams before NRL starts this week, in fact, and then yeah, so I'll just start with the fan mail that we got on Thursday,
Yeah,
early hours of Thursday morning, just after the Black Caps game finished. Um,
yeah,
you happy for me to read
shoot.
it? So this is from Darman from Karachi. Um, she just says, or he, I don't know what gender it is, just says, NZ cheat country, F off Kane Williamson, take your one run loser, scum cheats.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, that's all. So,
Yeah, no, so it sounds like
um,
she's really happy with the result, but I guess that's what
mm,
happens when the Black
yeah,
Cats are gonna do that to you on your home territory, isn't it? That's you're
yeah,
gonna get reactions like that,
yeah.
and we're better to let some steam off and come to our page and just absolutely abuse us. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. So do you think that's entirely based on the Black Caps
Yeah,
game? Has to be,
could
eh?
also have been by the drive-by in the scenario from the last one with Will Somerville and AJ Patel. Could have or just been a away fan
Yeah,
and for the whole tournament. Could have been a drive-by on that. You never know, but yeah,
yeah, true,
yeah.
true. But you think
Mm.
Deman or Darman or whatever this name is, you think they're definitely from Pakistan?
I don't know. I'd love to know where they stand in the whole MS Dhoni versus Rishabh Pant debate. I think that would give some answers. Yeah, I don't know. You never know. They
Yeah,
could
wouldn't it?
like WWE could love John Cena or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
where you've quite taken that, but anyway, we'll rip in. So, do you want to start with the Warriors? I think that's probably the
yeah,
team that everyone wants to hear
definitely.
about, eh?
It's quite a hard one to do the Warriors actually because it's you never know how we're actually going to line up. So I mean, this is just a guess, but God knows what they're actually going to go with. So got Chans at the back, RTS, and I think now that DWZ's injured, it looks like Tuapiki on the wing. I don't think I think Ed Cossey's absolutely bombed his chance in this preseason with some absolute rotters. So
Yeah.
then in the
Mm.
centres, Leitauer, and I've put Berry there, but I'm aware that he's going to be out for a little bit. But I think
Yeah.
what is Pompey? Pompey will probably start there. Do you think? Or he's injured at the moment as well,
Mm.
isn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure who they're going to whack in there.
Yeah. I
Yeah, he's an
definitely
absolute
Laatoa. He's a
beast.
gun,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah,
Even
yeah,
full strength, he has to be.
yeah,
For shame. Yeah. No, I think Pompey's
yeah.
he'll
Then
be in. Yeah.
halves, I've gone Metcalf and Boyd. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it was Metcalf and Martin because Metcalf's actually looked pretty good as a seven the past couple of weeks and actually had a bit of a kicking game though.
Mm.
So more than I expected, but
Yeah.
when Boyd, I think Boyd kicking game in when he's fully fit. So Metcalf, Boyd, then Fisher Harris, Egan, Barnett for your front row. That's pretty self-explanatory. Um, Capewell, and I've actually gone Laban. I reckon they should start Laban on the edge. I think there's so much Ali Qatar about him. Um, that I reckon
Yeah.
give him a crack on one of the edge spots. I think Capewell's definitely a lock for one of them, even though he's kind of tanking a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm not
think
a
just
fan of
as
it at the
as
moment.
experience, so
Yeah.
that gets him over the line. You probably
Yeah.
can't have two young edges as well
Yeah.
for defensively. And then Aaron Clark at 13. I think that's a pretty decent replacement for Tohu, even though not completely like for like.
Mm.
Um, then on the
Yeah.
bench, Dylan Walker, Jackson Ford. It's quite hard. I don't know who else to fit on the bench because there's probably like three or four that could easily get it. Niokore and I've gone. Oh, I was tossing up between Tomale and Halasima, one of the two. Um,
Yeah.
either or. I don't know. Who would you take out of those two? I really like that Halasima. Yeah, he looks
I'd
like
go
a
Alice
dirty.
Sigma. Yeah, I'd go
Yeah, he
Alice
looks
Sigma.
really dirty.
Yeah. Just X Factor. Like, I like Tomale, he's just safe and he actually does the
Yeah,
job. I think he's real underrated, but
yeah.
Hallerstein is a game breaker. And yeah, I'd have him
Yeah,
in got
and
a plan.
there's
So,
probably one
yeah.
is who's the other one that's probably a bit harsh to leave out? Is it that Dimitrik Valmega? He's probably right on the
Yeah.
cusp as well. Like
Yeah.
those two young guns. Yeah,
There's a few
yeah,
young guys, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And they've let that
Zion
one go to
Ma'u.
the doggies
Yeah,
that people rated. So,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But, is
yeah,
that
yeah. I
me?
think
That
he's
was,
there this season. Yeah,
I think it was,
yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Team? Anything you
yeah.
change or?
Um, yeah, I'd change a wee bit, eh? I'd definitely start Boyd, even though I
Mm,
expect as well that they'll start Martin. And and the edge, yes, yeah, I would start Laban too, but I wouldn't start Capel. I'd have
yeah,
Capel in the 17. He's
mm,
just pissing me off lately. And I think he's a. I'd almost plug him in the centres, like if Pompey and Berry are out, you can
yeah,
almost just put him in the centres maybe. I think he's a good 17 in that sense, where like he can cover
yeah.
so many positions and still give you that experience. So I'd
Mm.
start Nick Corey and
Nah,
on the edge
nah,
with
I
Laban.
completely get you. I
Um,
just think they're not
yeah,
gonna not start a white Australian on the edge there just for experience.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm happy with I'm happy with Jackson Ford though
yeah.
as well. Like I don't know, I
Jackson
just
Ford too many errors for me. Yeah, he's
he's still
way
got a
too many
capable.
errors. Like
Yeah,
when he's on, such a good player to watch.
yeah,
Like and such a toiler. But God, if he
mm,
could get those 3 4 errors out of the game,
yeah,
it would be his
yeah.
spot. Like undoubtedly. Yeah, yeah.
Mm, yeah. No, so I'd start Nick Corey. And then yeah, Dylan Walker. I don't. Yeah, I think if Ford, if I was doing that and Ford wasn't starting, I would probably he wouldn't even be my 17. You can't
Nah,
have him and
Ford is a
Capel on the
prop
bench.
though.
They're
Ford
both
is a
just
prop.
like edge.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
he's
Eh?
alright. He does it. Yeah,
I feel like yeah, I don't know. I feel like one of the young guys
yeah,
will give you more go foot as a
yeah.
middle.
I
I
think
don't know.
both of the props are
But
both
there's a few.
big minute props anyway. So you're not really needing too much out
That's
of
the
them.
thing. Yeah,
You really only.
yeah. And I'd happily start like Nick
Mm,
Corey on the
yeah.
edge as well, and then shift him into the
No,
middle, and then bring
absolutely.
Capel on as
Yeah.
well, and shit like that. So
No, that's
I
what.
couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. And that gives you room to bring
Yeah,
carry
yeah.
on
No,
on the
that's
same
why I
day
was
as well.
saying that it's actually quite a hard
Yeah,
team
so
to find the balance for because there are so many like little tweaks you can do. Even though it's like you've got the main like 10 or 11, and then it's just like
yeah,
you could fit the last like 5 or 6 in anyway. So it's quite hard. Yeah,
yeah, no, 100%.
beauty.
So, all right, well, I'll go to my wooden spooners for this season, the Knights. And again, you go through some of the players in this team,
Are
and
they
it
were
just
they your
seems
wooden
crazy to have them
spooners?
at last, but it's hard. I think so, yeah. Yeah,
Jeez.
I had
Okay.
them getting a spoon. I think you had them
Oh yeah.
16th, I had them 17th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you might
Oh
have had
yeah.
them
Yeah. Yeah.
15th. I had
No,
them
fair
last.
enough.
Yeah, I had them because they're hard. Anyway, so back five self-explanatory. Well, it's not. I've gone sharp actually on the wing, but anyway. So Ponga at fullback, Marzu on one wing, Best and Gagai in the centres, and then I've
Mm,
gone Fletcher Sharp on the other wing. But yeah, the back five's pretty solid, and four of the five
mm,
anyway have been there for the last couple of years. Tyson Gamble and Phoenix Croston in the halves, which is why I've got them coming last. Um, and then I've got Leo Thompson and Saifidi starting. I'm
mm,
concerned about how Thompson will go for them this year. I feel like he might be. I don't know if his head will be there. Um, Brayley at hooker. I love Crossland at hooker, so
mm.
I would like to play him there to be fair. But
Brayley's on the big money.
you
Yeah.
can't put Brayley in the half.
So he gets it. He gets a
Yeah,
starting.
and
Yeah.
Brayley's good too. So yeah, and then the back row's good. Like Tyson
Mm,
Frizzell and Kai Paul on the edge, and then Adam Elliott at 13. It's pretty solid. And then Jack Cogger, 14, just covering a few positions. Dylan Lucas, Brady Jones, and I've actually gone Jack
Yeah,
Etherington as well to round out the bench. So, yeah, I think the bench is pretty weak. Front row is okay. Halves is average. I just think with the NRL being
yeah,
such a good competition, I can't see them
yeah.
doing very well. So, yeah,
Yeah, I
you make some
think
changes there.
there's been heaps of chat about Fletcher Sharp being trialled at six, isn't there? And wanting to
Yeah,
run with him at
yeah,
six.
maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, I
and
wouldn't
then
mind that.
maybe
Just
they got that Schiller
yeah,
guy from the Raiders who's quite dirty. I probably put yeah, I probably put him on the
put him at centre.
wing, Sharp at six, and then
Yeah,
who'd you have at seven? You had Crossland. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Gamble
I
at
get rid of
six. Yeah,
Gamble, put him on the bench. He doesn't really do it for me. Yeah,
the
yeah,
red
walking
card.
red card, but yeah, no, that their halves is just an absolute cluster. The only other one I would make is probably that Dylan
Yeah,
Lucas. I think he has to start. I think
mm.
he's such a good player. I think he
Yeah,
has to
he's a good
start.
player.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I don't know what they would do with Frizzell because I think like he is getting older now. Whether they push him through the middle or something like that off the bench, but both those two edges of Pierce Paul
yeah,
and Dylan Lucas deserve to be starting. It's
yeah.
just how they if they want to go that
Mm,
way. I think it's a bit of a waste having one of them on the bench. To be fair, but no, I completely.
mm.
I agree with you. That team isn't too flashy. It doesn't do too much for me, but
Yeah, yeah. No, I like Lucas too, but the rest of the yeah, I don't know. I can't see them starting
mm,
with the sharp at six. I don't know. It's just maybe first couple of rounds they'll start with the kind of
yeah.
just go safer
I
and then
think
see.
if they were going
And
to,
then
like,
Lucas,
you're
yeah,
gonna
I
have to
don't.
do it round one just out of a preseason, like after you've had all the, like, you can't just be chopping, changing, putting him at six, like in the season. That would be my only, like, you need it, yeah. But
Yeah.
the Knights are an absolute
Mm,
cluster, and they don't mind chopping and changing, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
yeah. Mm. But then yeah, the rest of it like Brady Jones,
Mm,
Etherington, even Cogger, like it's pretty weak. And then Lucas, yeah, I just thought I don't know, I just can't see
mm,
them not putting Frizzell on one edge, even though I know what you mean, and they probably will
yeah,
need him through the middle at stages. I mean, he's probably better than Kai Pierce Paul, but
mm,
Kai Pierce Paul had that edge kind of locked down
yeah.
most of last year, so yeah, don't know. But yeah,
No,
Lucas is a
absolutely.
gun, so they probably will try to
Yeah.
find a start for him. All right, you go with
Bearded
the
Cows is
cows, mate.
one of my favourite teams to watch actually. At the back, Drinky, obviously, then wings of Taulangi and probably Velame to start. I don't know, it's a bit of a hard one. They have so many outside backs that it's hard to get a gauge on which way they're going. In the centres, they got a couple of young centres this year, so Laybutt. It's quite dirty, and Purdue I'm going for to start. Then in the halves, Tommy Dead and Jake Clifford. Then up front, gone gone Griffin name to start. Name McLean to start up front with Robson in the middle. Then Nanai and Bateman on the edges. Because no Helium Lukey ripped ACL, so he's gone for the season. Yeah, and then Ruben Cotter, the feral dog, at lock with Cohen Hess, um, Tamalolo off the bench, Sam McIntyre, who was actually real good for them last year. He quite a quality player, and Carl Lawton, to round it out. What are your thoughts on that?
Mm. Yeah, there's no one springing to mind that I would bring in. They've obviously
Mm.
lost like a few good players,
Holmes and
well,
Felt,
Holmes mainly.
a couple of
Um,
stalwarts. Yeah.
yeah, felt to yeah, yeah. Um, and Tamalolo, did he get a he's injured,
Uh, did it?
recently?
Oh, I must have missed that.
I
Oh
can't
yeah,
remember
yeah,
if like,
yeah,
on the weekend. I can't remember. But even still, if he's there, he's
yeah.
fucking lucky to make my
Unless he's
17.
playing,
He'll be
unless he's
playing
playing
like
for
20
Tonga, he
minutes.
doesn't give
But
a shit. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just
Look
he's
like
fucking playing for Tonga.
Prime Time
Yeah,
Ireland.
so
There's fucking two Tonga games, but the whole 26 rounds of NRL, he looked fucking dusty as shit.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, he's. Fuck, I wonder
Mm,
how many more years they'll get out of him. Yeah, nah. Wouldn't really change much. Again, they're solid. They've got
mm,
fucking some good players, like especially in the
yeah,
spine and in the pack. But yeah, I don't
mm,
know if they'll be in the eight
yeah,
this year. So we'll see how they go. Um, yeah, they. There's enough about
no,
them. It wouldn't surprise
100%.
me if they make it. But yeah, I'm not big on them, eh? Alrighty. And then the Eels, who were your spooners,
I
eh?
think
In my
so,
section, I
yeah,
think.
I think so. Just a lot of change at the
Yeah.
club, but it's actually that now
Alrighty.
looking at the team and you're about to read it out, it's actually not too bad.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's okay. It's not terrible, but anyway, we'll get to it. So, I've gone Iongi at fullback. I know there's been chat amongst like in terms of which one will get it. I don't know. I mean, I
yeah,
literally am just taking a guess. I don't know who they're going to go with there. And then Simonson and Addo Carr, if Addo Carr's ready to go. On the wings, Penasini, Lomax
mm,
in the centres. So good centre pairing, good wing pairing. Um, Brown and Mitch Moses in the halves. So obviously that's two of the best halves in the comp. So that's definitely their strength.
mm,
This is where I think it gets a little bit weak. So got Offer and
mm.
Gowie starting with Jenny
Is he not
Paulo.
banned for
Um,
pantsing that guy in an interview?
yeah, true. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that like
yeah,
last week?
last
The
week.
week before? It was recent, hey. Yeah, funny, eh? So, go on those two. Brendan Hands at hooker, and then Sean Lane. Sean Lane on one edge. I don't know with the other edge whether they will go Ryan Madison or
Yeah, you
Cartwright.
got to go to the
I've gone
Cardi
with
party. Yeah,
Cartwright to be honest. Yeah, I think so. And then Hopgood at 13. And then their bench is funny. Like, obviously Madison is in there, and I don't know, but that seems ridiculous when they're so
yeah, yeah.
when I think they're so weak this year to have him on the bench. But I just don't know where to put him. So I guess he
Mm,
can kind of cover everywhere. Come on through the middle, some time at edge. He'll still
yeah,
play
yeah.
60 minutes off the bench anyway. So I've got him there.
Mm,
I've gone Woodham McGregor.
mm,
I'm a fan of Woodham McGregor. Just a
mm,
proper middle, old school middle. I think they need someone like that off the bench. Joey Lussick to take some minutes off hands, and then Galmatui Langi, who's
yeah.
more of an edge as well. I just couldn't. There wasn't another middle that I liked,
Mm.
so I think their middles are a big problem. Um, but yeah,
Nah,
would you bring
that's
anyone in?
about as good as you can do. Yeah, I think they could start
Yeah,
Tuilagi on the edge. Who do you have on the edge? Obviously, yeah, and
fine.
Sean
Sean
Lane
Lane.
play through the middle. He was playing a bit through the middle at the end of last
Yeah,
year.
I don't know.
So
Yeah. I feel like he's some of
yeah,
his
I know
main
his.
skills he's wasted
Yeah,
there. I
yeah,
think.
no,
I feel
absolutely.
lack.
Like that year when he was almost like in Origin when he was just running off.
Yeah,
It was on Dylan Brown's edge, and it was just
Dylan Brown.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
He'd just get
yeah,
crazy offloads off. Yeah, yeah, I agree with
mm,
you, but I reckon they could go through that
yeah,
just because their middles are so weak and they do have a lot on the edge. No,
yeah.
that, but no. Apart from that,
Mm.
I
Nah,
completely agree with you.
yeah, sweet. Alrighty.
Yeah,
That wraps up those four teams. Did you have any
yeah,
scenarios or
yeah.
anything
Do
for me
actually.
before we wrap it up?
I've got one here from Luke C. Um, from Bluff. Um,
I like how
yeah,
we've reached all
exactly.
the way
I
down there. How good.
didn't realize they had Wi-Fi
Apologies,
down
guys.
there, but it's
Yeah.
good. Um, he says, "Would you rather dress up as a furry on Australia Day and let ex-Roosters captain Mitchell Pearce have his way with you, or be the undisputed heavyweight boxing world champion, but controversially, you're a full-blown transgender athlete?" Brackets milk tankers at all. Unsure what that means, but um, competing in women's boxing. What would you rather?
Mm. Well, I'm assuming milk tankers means I've got a massive set on
Oh,
me, doesn't it?
oh, yeah, you'd have to
Upstairs.
think, but
Um, mm. Or Mitchell Pearce have his way with me when I'm dressed as a furry. I don't think that one's ever happening. I think I'm just going to have a full operation
yeah,
and become a women's boxer. I guess I think even if I was to change gender, sex, whatever, and become a woman's boxer,
mm.
I don't think I'd do much damage to some of those girls anyway.
You,
I feel like they'd still
you'd have
beat
a
me
good
up, so
jaw
I'll
for it
probably just
though.
opt for that as
You'd
opposed
have a
to
good
Mitchell.
jaw. You'd be able to take some hits.
Yeah,
So, so okay.
I could,
Yeah,
yeah, I could take the hits, but I don't think I'd be able to do
yeah.
enough damage the other way. So I'll go for that. Certainly don't like the sound of Mitchell Pearce
Mm.
hanging
No,
out the back of me or
absolutely.
anything like that.
No,
So
I
yeah, what would you?
I always knew you were kind of like a massive combat sport fan, so I thought you would go for that one. Yeah, I'd probably just have to be the Furio because at least like he looked like he had a good time on that Australia day. Like at least it'd be a good piss up.
Yeah,
And then yeah, I think yeah, neither are great, but I think the Fury's probably the better option. All respect to those out there that are
yeah.
transgender and yeah,
That's a classic Willie from London answer. Like, oh, what would be the better piss up? Be a woman's boxer with some massive knockers, or just
oh
dress.
yeah, just
Yeah,
get
I
punched for
can't
the
get
rest
into
of
the
my
rest of it,
life
but
and
yeah,
turn
yeah,
into a brain dead rot, or with big jugs, or fucking have a good piss up and get humped by Mitchell Pearce once or twice.
yeah.
Yeah, what's
From
yeah,
Mitch Pearce.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nah, fair enough, man. All right,
yeah,
we're gonna
beauty,
leave it there. And yeah, we'll get that last NRL preview, the last
yeah,
five squads, I think it is, eh? You guys
yeah.
in the next few days. And also, good man for wearing the next
Oh,
shirt after the derby.
absolutely.